Hey everyone, this is David. Shut up, David. It's just a quick hit on a Tuesday afternoon. Let's get into it. Let's go fast. We have a few things we have to cover. Let me get back from the microphone. I always am starting these things with bad sound lately. Listen, I got to address this. I really don't fucking want to address this. It's so fucking stupid. Look, we talked about this. God, I have a really filthy mouth all of a sudden here today. You live on a main fucking road. Anyway, we talked about this last week, basically, that Bethenny, this goes back to when Bethenny was on Watch What Happens way, 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 way back when she first heard Teresa wasn't going to have a prenup. She's like, how is that possible in 2025? I mean, have nothing to do with her divorce from Jason, just like, what? So, anyway, Bethenny, when she found out, this thing, they owe $3 million in tax, Bethenny was like, what is going on? Of course, this is happening. How could you not have a prenup? How dumb. Gia, we already covered this last week, guys. Gia, I'm just giving a quick summary for everyone that didn't listen to that episode. Gia then said, everything's okay, Bethenny. Everything is fine. Go make your money on TikTok. My family's fine. Bethenny then clapped back and was like, look, I wasn't really talking to you, Gia. This isn't really about you. It's for my audience, which is women that turn to me for help, because we all know we turn to Bethenny for help. And she's like, I'll stand by it. I'll double down. You're crazy to get married without a prenup. I agree with that. And that was the end of it. Period. The end. I never wanted to talk about this again. This thing surfaced last week that Bethenny said this and clapped back at Gia. I saw it. I said, this is obviously fake. I'm not even addressing this on my show. I did not address it. I do not address fake stuff. I did not need to make any calls. I did not need to look into it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is obviously not a real thing. Anyway, and by the way, what upsets me is, well, let me just put that aside for a second. So that was that. I'm like, I'm not going to reveal this or talk about it because it's clearly fake. Well, it has become now a huge deal. It's become a big deal. Everyone's been talking about it. And now I'm addressing it because Bethenny has spoken out and said, this is clearly fake. Can I just tell you that I have Bravo celebrities call me? Like, this is like no ego, nothing to brag about. I actually fucking hate it. It's something I actually don't enjoy at all. I don't like getting calls from people because when you're on the phone with me and you're like a Bravo celebrity and they call and they say, oh my, they don't even ask me something. Sometimes they ask if it's true. I can't tell you how many Bravo celebrities, housewives, past Bravo people are like, oh my God, did you see what Bethenny said? I'm like, it's false. It's fake. Mind you, they keep me on the phone for an hour. I'm not listening to one word. By the way, if you want to come on the podcast and give your opinions on Teresa and Gia versus Bethenny, come on. But no, they're all afraid to say it in front of a microphone. So I literally can tell you, I probably had at least a dozen Bravo celebrities call me to want to talk my ear off on this. And I'm like, it's fake. Mind you, I say it's fake to them while they're on the phone. They don't listen to me. So why are you calling me? You're not calling me to get my opinion because I'm, first of all, press play and listen to this on Behind the Velvet Rope. But then I say this just happened today with a Bravo celebrity, so that's when my blood is boiling. I'm like, it's fake. And then this person, this woman, it's a woman, was like blah 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 blah, and it's not fake. And I'm like, why are you calling me? Go get a mirror, have this conversation with yourself because you obviously don't want my opinion. It is fake. Bethenny said it was fake, but regardless, even if she didn't, they don't listen to me. But so Bethenny then has come out and said this is fake. So now we're addressing it. Guys, I'm saying this and then we're going to move on because like all these people fell for it. How fucking dumb. How dumb do you have to be? And I'm not calling you guys dumb. I'm just calling these Bravo celebrities that believe this shit dumb. And I care about all of you because when I read something that is clearly fake, and you all believe it and run with it, always check with Daddy David or wait till we talk about it here before you run and believe it. But this is what it says Bethenny said. It's actually very well written, but it says, I made my first million before I even knew who Gia Giudice was. So forgive me if I'm not taking financial lessons from the daughter of a walking tax tax case study. I mean, Bethenny doesn't go low. Bethenny doesn't need to clap back at anyone. That's why I knew this was fake. When your mom and stepdad owe nearly 3 million to the IRS, the smartest move might be to stay quiet or at the very least don't go online teaching others how to manage their money. I don't have a PhD in economics, but I do have a multi-million dollar company, clean finances, and the good sense to call a lawyer before I call a stylist. If Gia ever needs a mentor, I'm available as long as she brings a calculator and an actual tax return. Bethenny would never say this, not because Gia's a kid, because Gia's not a kid. Gia is fair game. I will clap back at Gia. I will talk about Gia. Gia is not someone's child. She's a 24-year-old who is on Bravo now. Bad news, honey. The show looks horrible. It really does. I hope it does well. I'm not going to watch it. It's a no for me. Excited about The Valley. Love Denise's show. But this one is a no for me. By the way, The Valley premieres tonight, so we'll be talking about that soon. This clearly isn't Bethenny. Bethenny doesn't care. I'm not like some big Bethenny stan, but so Bethenny has now come out and said that it's fake. I don't know how all these people fell for this stupid, stupid, stupid bullshit. But you guys, I care about you. You know, I care about you. And I don't want you to fall for this fake shit. You know what I mean? So just please check with me before before you believe things. I now have to talk about some. By the way, when I say Bethenny doesn't have the time to clap back, did you all see this? Of course, Bethenny posted this. I don't know if it's new. I assume it's new, but Bethenny just did a post. I mean, she's in her glory. She's like, is Family Guy a little low-key obsessed with me? And then she posted, they were talking about her on Family Guy. The whole thing was about Bethenny Frankel. And then they're like, Extreme Makeover, Bethenny Frankel edition. And they have all these people chanting, move the bus, move the bus. And they move the bus. And they show this character on Family Guy, which is supposed to be Bethenny. It's not a very attractive Bethenny. And then the crowd is saying, put the bus back. Put the bus back because like they move the bus and the people can see the Bethenny and she's an ugly Bethenny and they say and then someone else is like oh that was Bethenny Frankel, I thought it was a scarecrow. So there you go. So Bethenny is being parodied on Family Guy, which she loved. So she's not clapping back. You know, she's not capping back on these people. Here's what I want to talk about. There's now another, and by the way, when it's like Porsha said this and Kenya said this, and now they're fighting over this, and did Portia's like, well, there's someone on the cast that hates you, Kenya, and they went to production and they try to get you fired several times, and they're the ones that gave you the pictures of Brit, and Kenya's like, girl, bye, stop your clickbait. Nobody gave me the pictures of Brit. They're on the internet. When it's she said, we can talk about it all day. I got to tell you something. When somebody, everyone, Melissa's sprinkle cookies suck. That's not defamation. When you're like, when there's a clickbait headline title and then you go to the Bravo celebrities that used to come on here all the time, they get so mad when there's an article in People magazine. Tamara Judge said this on Behind the Velvet Rope, and it's a clickbait headline title. The quote, I guarantee you, when you go to the quote's never wrong. I told this story before when Tamara was on my show. She was so pissed off. She was so mad, this and that. I'm like, I'm not People. I didn't come up with the title, but I guarantee you, Tamara,